fantastic. And having been here, and we talked before we started this interview about how this district has evolved over the last 40 years and how much better this district really is and how important it is to the people that live in the community. So you know what, Tim, this has been an education for me, even though I've been here all 40 years. This has been a lot of fun to
I appreciate that. I do want to also touch on our activity program. We just opened up a brand new performing arts center up at Bonnie Lake High School. So we have two really state-of-the-art performing arts centers. We have outstanding music programs here. The Sumner High School Marching Band is well known, but I'm telling you, the Bonnie Lake High School Marching Band is very close behind, and they are growing every single year. Our choir programs, our drama programs, our musicals, all of our clubs and activities are just involve a lot of students. And again, the focus is in the Sumner Bonnie Lake School District is on excellence, whether it's developing character, developing academics, or developing student interest. And that's really what our our activity program is all about, is just trying to connect kids with what they're interested in and connect them with positive adults and other students that share their passion. And again, we're really proud of what we do. We're proud of our graduation rate, but we think it all works together.
Right.
And, those opportunities. So we probably have, close to 75, 80% of all of our students that are involved in an activity or an athletic program here in our school district. And we think that's a critical part of developing the graduation rate that we've been able to develop here.
Well, you should be proud of everything that you've been doing and everything that the school district itself has been doing. And I think you guys done an excellent job. So I've enjoyed this a lot, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, Tim?
Okay, thank you.